everyone, I just wanted to pop on here. It's still a cold, wintry day, and it's a PD day for the kids, so I thought I would just jump on here and share with you a great healthy snack that we make almost every day in our kitchen. We always make at least 2 packages of this. So this is the sweet banana bread muffin mix, and it has a lot less sugar than your commercial muffins. And I add a couple of interesting ingredients to this to also make it extra healthy for the kids and for us parents too. So here is the 2 things that I also add into my sweet banana bread mix. Now, of course, we also add chocolate chips to ours. You can add walnuts, you can add any other nuts that you like. You can add berries. Blueberries go really great with banana and chocolate. So that's another way to change it up. So what we have here is, this is our chocolate protein mix. It's called the Power Up Chocolate Protein Blend. And this has 20 grams of protein per serving, and it's 1 little scoop. And I use, that 1 little scoop is about 1/4 cup. So I don't change anything in the recipe to add this 1 little scoop. But because I'm doing 2 packs, obviously I'm going to use 2 scoops. And because it usually makes about 12 muffins per package, then I'm getting a little extra protein in each muffin, like doing the math. And the other thing I like to add, so by the way, this is a protein powder, but it's completely vegan, dairy-free. This has pea protein, fava bean protein, cocoa, and coconut sugars. This also has a probiotic in it, which is really great for our gut health. This one specifically is heat stable. So you can use this in the oven and bake with it, and it doesn't change the mechanics of the probiotic. So it is still alive and still healthy. You still reap the benefits whether it's been heated or not. So it's not the same as your probiotic that you might have in the refrigerator as a supplement that you take in the morning. This one is heat stable. So it's awesome. This is a really great product that has more benefits than just your protein blend. And then our other one that I add in here is called the Cocoa Acai Smoothie Booster. So this is a beautiful blend of obviously really rich organic cocoa. And it has as well in here, which I love for me specifically, is it has non-alkalized cocoa powder, organic cocoa sugar, the acai fruit powder, and stevia leaf extract, and turmeric. And so of course we all know what turmeric is. That is a seasoning herb that is extremely nutritious and beneficial for us. It's anti-inflammatory. Same with cocoa. Cocoa, if you get a good proper sourced cocoa, that also has lots of anti-inflammatory properties. It's high in iron. So this here is 1 little scoop is 7 grams. And in that 7 grams of scoop, you get 5 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and you get 10% of your daily requirement of iron just in that little scoop, and 2% potassium. And in comparison here as well, this one, because it's chocolate, again, it's cocoa, high in iron. This one, the protein powder, for 1 scoop of that is 50% of your daily requirement for iron. So if you're low in iron, these are 2 great products for you. They are super delicious, healthy. It curbs that sugar craving, but it's also giving you those nutritional boosts. So I'll get started. So this is super easy. Let me just grab my scissors. And we need 2 eggs per pack. So I've got my nice farm fresh eggs here. I'm just going to crack into this. And I've got my oven on. The package says to do 375. 375 if with the 12 cup muffin pan. So, and for 15 to 18 minutes depending on your oven. So I've been experimenting with my oven because I got a brand new oven this Christmas. My other one decided to, the glass shattered completely on the front of it while it was cooking during the holidays. So we're fortunate enough to be able to get an oven during these times where it's really hard to get some appliances and ordering things. So, yes dear.
This is the my cow, and that's the daddy cow, and that's the baby cow.
Excellent. So in this oven, it's a convection oven, but I've been playing around with the temperature because just for fun. So if you do regular bake at 375, they come up pretty quick. They're a little crustier on top. If I put it at 350 and let them cook longer, they're just a little bit more moister. They just come out nicer. It doesn't matter which way you choose. I just noticed a difference and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So we've got our eggs, and then we need 1/3 cup of oil. Times 2, right? So I always use avocado oil. That's my go-to. Avocado oil is one of the most versatile oils in the kitchen. Same with coconut oil as well, because they both have a high heat point. So I can use avocado oil safely on my frying pan, and when I'm sauteing something, or if I'm using it to make pancakes, that kind of thing. Because what the problem is that some people don't know is that things like olive oil are cold pressed. They are a low heat point. So you never ever want to cook on your frying pan with olive oil, because when it's heated up to higher than what it can handle as its heat point, it will actually turn into trans fats. So those are things you do not want to be doing. And then we add in our bananas into this. So it says 2 bananas per recipe, just to play it around with it. Sometimes I like it mushier, sometimes the bananas are mushier, so sometimes it just depends on how bad your bananas are, that you may have to add more water if they're too dry. But I haven't really noticed any problems with that. So, of course, you can use a hand mixer or anything like that too to do this. I don't mind my the muffins with a bit of chunkiness of the banana in it. If you like it smooth and don't like chunks in your muffins, then obviously use a blender and go for it. My husband always complains, he's like, why don't you just use the blender? I'm like, well, I grew up this way. This is the traditional way you just use your own elbow strength. Where my handy dandy saute spoon comes back in handy again. This I use in my frying, obviously, my stir fries and things like that. But I like it as a spatula too, because then I have less kitchen gadgets in the house. I don't have to have spatulas and spoons and all of that kind of stuff. So I really like Epicure's cookware because it's very simple. Less is more in the kitchen. Don't have to have so many gadgets, because so many of the cookware that we have is multi-purpose, and I like that. Less waste, less issues. And now we're going to put in a scoop of the cocoa acai powder, a little extra chocolate. So I'm going to put 2 scoops because I've got 2 packages going. And let's see how much is left in here. So of course, again, I use 2 scoops of this as well in my recipe, and it looks like I've only got 1 scoop. So I gotta open up a new container. There we go. All mixed up. So here's our muffin pans. Of course, these are our new Epicure ones. They're really fun and funky because they're circular. So They went circular versus the old style that was rectangular because these fit better in the microwave, so you can cook in the microwave if you like. They also are really cool because you can put them on in a frying pan. You fill your frying pan half full with water and then put this in the hot water in your frying pan, and you can make poached eggs. So it's a really cool, versatile, it's not just for muffins. It's great also for condiments, so when you're doing a picnic or a barbecue, you can add like little squirts of your pickles, your ketchup, mustard, and put little spoons and spatulas in there, and then everyone can scoop out like a buffet. It's great for the kids for crafts if they're doing beading or anything like that, or sorting. These are great little trays for that too. And because they're silicone, they're great molds for doing anything. So you can do molds for chocolate, like the hot chocolate bombs. You can do molds for crayons, even if you have like lots of crayons and you've got lots of kids that have broken crayons. Just throw them in here and melt them in the oven to make one big crayons. So, like I said, very multi-purpose. So the kids wanted to have fun today and wanted to see what would happen if we, instead of using the muffin pans, if they wanted to make, to use the donut pan or the bagel pan. So this is our bagel silicone mold. This one does bagels or donuts, whichever way you want to make them. We've done both. We've made really cool chocolate donuts. We've made everything bagel donut, or bagels, sorry. It's a really cute, just something fun, something different for the kids. So I don't know if this mix is going to work, but we're going to just try it out, have an experiment, and we'll see what happens. So these are also our half-size cookie sheets. They're called a quarter, I guess. That's what they call them. Quarter sheet pan. And then these are our full-size cookie sheets. They're nice big sizes, and we also have the silicone liners that go in with them, so you don't have to use parchment paper anymore, which is really nice. I love the silicone, and I noticed that cooking on the silicone liner versus parchment paper, everything cooks evenly, and you don't get browning marks on the bottom of your cookies or your brownies or anything like that. It cooks everything evenly and nicely, and they're super easy just to clean up with dish soap and water. They clean off nicely, and then you have less waste. You're not using parchment paper and always throwing it out, which is one of the things we try to keep down as much as we can. Also want to protect the planet, so we try to do our best and reuse as much as we can. Pop these in the oven. Just pull these out of the oven. These are our two little banana bread muffin donuts and our muffins. So of course they're you can see the chunks in here. That's what I like to make them this way instead of blending them up soft in the blender, is because then they come out nice and chunky like this. I like the chunks of the banana in there. So these are our Epicure cooling racks. These are nice size. They're fairly small, easy to store. And I also like the grid on them. The mesh is very tight knit, so actually these work perfect as dehydrator trays. So I actually dehydrate like sliced bananas, sliced fruits in the oven with these trays on a cookie sheet. So they have a little bit of a dual purpose in that way. The other reason why I like using these silicone molds versus the metal ones is because they cool down faster, just easier. And for the most part, they usually have, if I've done it right, they'll pop out nicely. So these ones are still just a little bit hot, but they should pop nicely. I'm just pulling on the side and then just popping up from the bottom. And voila! Nice and clean, popped right out. Muffin mix. And we've done them in the donut mold, donut bagel mold for the kids. And I knew this wasn't really going to turn out that great. Yeah. I got the top of it, which of course, just like the kids, they like the top of a muffin. They like to pull that part off and just leave the bottom. So that's exactly what's happened here. They'll still enjoy it, and I'll scrape the small stuff into a bowl. They'll eat it with some yogurt. It's perfectly good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit on muffins, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks.